Hi, today we're going to talk about how to interpret a linear graph. So when I say interpret a linear graph, I really just mean interpret a graph that has a straight line, just like what we have here. So it says the depth of the water in a tank was 5 feet. At noon, Haley started draining water out of the tank at a rate as shown by the graph below. And then it asks a question, but what I want to do right now is talk about how to interpret this graph. So when we interpret something, we're going to be really looking for some kind of initial value and some kind of rate of change. So initial value, that's another way to think that is starting value, which on a graph is actually the y-intercept. So here our y-intercept is 5. So our initial value is 5, and I should be clear, 5 feet. So to interpret this graph, if I didn't have all of these words, right, because it tells me, I could say, well, I can look at this graph and I can tell that at noon, there were 5 feet of water in the pool, or the depth of the water of the pool was 5 feet. That's interpreting the graph. That's looking at the graph and gathering information from it. Now, the next thing is the rate of change. That's just how is it changing? Well, at noon, it was 5, and at 1, it looks like it's, what is that, 4.5. And then at 2, it looks like it's 4. So our rate of change is really just slope, okay? So rise over run. The rise is it went down 1 foot, so down is minus, down 1 foot, and it took 1 hour, 2 hours to do that. So the rate of change is negative 1/2. So it took 2 hours to go down 1 foot. Another way we could say that is every hour it's going down 1/2 of a foot. So our rate of change is that every hour it goes down 1/2 a foot, or it took 2 hours to go down a full foot. So the rate of change is really the slope. Now, fun fact, now that we've interpreted those things, right, we got information from our graph, we could even write the equation of this. So y equals, well, a rate of change is just our slope, so minus 1/2 x, plus our initial value is the y-intercept. So there you go. That is interpreting a graph by just finding initial value, and that's interpreting where it started. Finding rate of change is interpreting how it's changing, right? So this one went down, maybe something's increasing instead. Thanks.